guys, welcome back to my second video and my very first hair tutorial. Super exciting. Thank you so much for watching this, for being here. I really appreciate it. It means everything to me. So yeah, this hairstyle is one that I get so many questions about all the time. I get so many compliments on it, which I really appreciate so very much. So I wanted to recreate this look for you guys for my very first video. First things first, I'm really nervous, so bear with me on that. Sorry if I'm awkward or boring or weird or making you uncomfortable, but I'm slightly uncomfortable, so yeah. A couple things to note is that a lot of it is my natural hair. It's really just the top section here that I curl. The rest is sort of just like what I work with every single day when I've got actually going on under here. But that's kind of the purpose of this hairstyle. It's supposed to be something quick and easy for people who have hair like mine or who don't have hair like mine. But just something that you can like do really quick, look put together, get yourself out the door. So if you're looking for a really quick and cute hairstyle that you can do in about 10 to 15 minutes, this is it, so keep watching. Okay. This hairstyle in particular, the way that I do it, really works for my hair. As you can see, it is huge. There's a lot of it. I have super thick hair. It's a little on the more coarse side, actually definitely on the coarse side. It's a little bit on the like curly / wavy side. The underneath portion of it is very curly, the top is more wavy. So this style works really well for the hair that I have, but it may not work the best for yours. So the curling method is still going to work. You just may want to adjust you know, your barrel size or how much hair you grab or whatever it happens to be, just depending on your own hair type. So let's get started. What you're gonna wanna do is figure out wherever you want your part. So my hair naturally parts over on the left-hand side. It's just what it does. So I will typically just go with that. Today I straightened the very top and the like little baby hairs before I did this. You can actually do that before or after, it doesn't really matter either way. If you haven't done this hairstyle before, I would definitely recommend doing it beforehand, just because after you don't want to mess up the curls, especially if you're just getting used to this particular way of curling your hair, all that kind of stuff. So I would say straighten it first, step one. So here's step two. I look like a cavewoman, I have a lot of hair. So I grab a pretty good size section, a good sized chunk, as you can see, and just wrap it right around the barrel. And depending on how thick your hair is, depending on how strong your hair is, you're gonna hold it for, you know, anywhere from, I would say 5 to maybe 15 seconds. I'm so nervous. Okay. This is definitely not going to be the best curling iron that you're going to want to use, or curling one, whichever you use. You're going to want to get something that's a ceramic curling iron. You could try Hot Tools. Ed O'Connor definitely has some. This one I actually picked up at CVS because I had forgotten my curling iron and I really needed one, so I picked it up for like 10 bucks. It was the cheapest one I found. I was like, that'll do. So yeah, definitely not this one because it's like straight metal. So if you happen to see this one and you're like, oh, maybe I should get that, don't get one that's gonna be nicer to your hair. So like you can see, I'm just pulling together some different sections and I'm just taking it, letting it sit for about, I usually do like no more than 10 seconds. And again, I have really thick hair, I have a lot of hair, so depending on your hair, please pay attention to what you're doing. Don't leave it on for like 15 seconds or whatever. I don't want you to be like one of those people who burns off an entire strand of their hair. So just be careful. So I'm grabbing this back section now, and I'm gonna do the last one. I typically do 4, and I do it just with the very top layer. And as you can see, I pull them pretty close together. I have long hair too, so mine obviously is gonna like take the entire barrel. Yours might not. And if you have thinner hair, this hairstyle, it'll still work for you. It's obviously going to have different results. It's gonna look a little bit different when you're done, but the technique is still the same. You're still gonna get these like cute, beachy, kind of like loose curls, loose waves sort of by the time you're done with it. I have the 4 sections done here. Sometimes depending on how much I end up grabbing from the front, I will grab underneath here. I will typically grab the very bottom just so that it doesn't end up looking like this. Curly, wavy haired girls, you guys know my struggle. People with beautifully silky, straight, smooth hair, you might not, but this is a struggle for us. So I'm gonna just take care of that real quick. And again, since it's smaller, just a few seconds, or it's like, I don't know, more delicate hair, I kind of think. I don't know, I could be lying. See this chunk sticking out? I will take just a little bit of just like that piece that's there, and then I'll do the same thing, but if you notice, I'll show you, I do it from here. I don't go all the way up, I don't go super high, I just do it from here. Because the trick is that you want it to also look like fairly natural. You don't want it to look, you know, Shirley Temple style where you have all these crazy curls or anything. This supposed to be quick, easy, and also just look effortlessly wavy. So once you're done, you'll look something like this. And since nobody should ever leave the house with curls like this, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't. What I do next is really easy. Run your fingers through it. You're not gonna ruin it. You're gonna make it fit in with your natural hair. You're gonna make it look good. It's gonna look really cute. So do that. And then what I do also, I use a little bit of this. It's my favorite, I've been using it for years. Just put it into my fingers, massage it all in, and then go through my hair. Just give it a little bit of extra shine. And also get like the guys underneath it to be a little bit more shiny. And while you're doing this, you're going to end up finding those little strands of hairs that are a lot more straight, that maybe you accidentally straightened more of than you were supposed to, or that just, you know, they don't have as much of a curl to them if you have curly hair, wavy hair, whatever it happens to be. Or, you know, if you have straight hair, then yeah, of course you're gonna probably end up doing your entire head, and you're probably gonna find little strands like these where they didn't curl, or they're just not curly enough. So what I do is I just grab those. I think it's fine to grab them, so most people don't want to because it's too thin and they don't want to get like a really tight curl. But if you do it a little bit more, like slightly more loose than the last ones, and you just do it for about 4 seconds, 3 seconds, you'll get this. It'll definitely be tighter, but just pull on it a little bit and then just let it blend into your hair. I typically don't hairspray it right away, but again, that's because my hair type, it holds the curl longer. If you need to spray right after you're done with the curl, whatever you want to do. I personally don't recommend hairspraying your hair and then wrapping it around the barrel. I know a lot of people do that. I know sometimes people need to do it because their hair is thinner. But I mean, you're frying your hair, guys. Like, it's not good for you. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So, once you're done with one side, you go on to the next, and I can definitely see these guys, so if this is making anybody cringe, don't worry, I will catch these at the end. Okay, and then with any excess that you still have in your hand of whatever kind of serum or like shine serum or whatever it is that you have left over in your hands, just go ahead and run that through the side that you haven't done yet. Just because then it'll give it a little shine while you're curling. And then here I do the exact same thing on this side, and I start from the front. I used to start from the back, but I feel like framing your face in the front better, it'll help you figure out what you want to do back here. It just makes a lot more sense to me to do it from the front first, because then you get to kind of frame it and your hairstyle will be exactly what you want. And then one more thing, if you guys end up getting curled pieces that look like this, it's okay, just leave it, and then at the end you can go back and fix it, because sometimes it's actually a little bit better, especially for the very front pieces. You don't want something that looks like super curled right up in here, so sometimes it's better. And then on this side, since my part is over onto the left, so I have a lot more hair onto the right side, I usually pull from a little bit farther back. And sometimes I need to do maybe like 5, 6 even. If you have thinner hair or if you have really straight hair, I would recommend using a 1-inch barrel. Like a 0.5 is gonna give you really like teeny tiny tight curls. I don't know that you want that unless your hair is very naturally super curly. If yours is like mine, try out a 3/4 inch. If yours is thinner, if it's straight, if it's whatever else, do a 1-inch. I feel like a 1-inch is pretty safe. Even if you do it with my hair type, it'll still look really nice. You're just gonna have to do it a little bit more all over your head. It's not gonna necessarily blend into your like natural hair. Another thing that you can do is you can sleep on it in braids, or like let it dry in braids if you've showered, and that'll help too. If your hair gets super crimpy, if you have it in braids, then I don't know if this is gonna work so wonderfully for you. It could probably still help to give you a little bit more volume, a little bit more body, if you were going to use this 3/4 inch barrel also. If you're wearing that, I'm going to burn myself. I do this all the time. Depending on how your hair parts, if it's not straight down the middle, or if that's just not the look that you're going for, then since you have a lot more hair on this side, you're probably gonna get a lot of these guys where there's like not a whole lot to it, or there's just like a little like slight bit of natural wave. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll just grab the ends, and as you can see, there is no like real technique to this. I just take it and just curl. Just grab it and like start curling randomly, because this is gonna give you, again, that more like natural type of look. If you want the very like nice, sleek, tailored look, then take the strands individually, the same way that I did on the top. Just take them one by one, wrap it around the barrel, and do that. No problem. If you want the more natural, like effortless, like I just got home from the beach kind of thing, then grab them. But remember, the very end, like the very tip of it, don't curl that. That's pretty much it. Actually, I need to go back to those ones that I called out earlier that are like still straight and look awkward. It's really just this. And what you can do too is if you go from like the back half of your head, see that? You can curl it a little bit higher. That way it kind of gives you some volume. See how it's like starting from up here? And then again, it helps to kind of give it a more natural kind of look from the top of your head, like, hey, no, my hair is really like this, I swear. Alright, so here is the final look. It's very like flirty and fun and playful. It's my absolute favorite. It's my go-to. Take your hair, flip it to this side, flip to that side, part it down the middle, whatever you want to do. Make it your own hairstyle. Have fun with it. For anybody who is coming over from Instagram, first of all, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for checking me out over here too. Please remember to subscribe, because I'm definitely going to be going over all the other how-tos that I've done, or the tutorials that I've been sharing on Tuesdays. Those will definitely continue. They will be shared on here, so please remember to follow along. And that is the end of this video. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, because this is probably boring, but thank you so much for watching. So yeah, until next time, thanks again for watching.